Okay. So today we are learning sexual reproduction in plants, and a flower is the main basic unit for sexual reproduction in plants, right? So we look at what all different parts of the flower are, and the parts of the flower are split into two main categories. One are essential whorls and accessory whorls. So whorls means set of organs. So essential whorls are the ones that help in reproduction, the main reproduction, and accessory whorls are the ones that are helping in protection of the flower, basically. Is that clear?
Yes.
So essential whorls are two. One is gynoecium. Let's pronounce the Greek gynoecium.
Gynoecium.
Androecium.
Androecium.
Gynoecium.
Gynoecium.
Androecium.
Androecium.
Accessory whorls are two. Corolla. Corolla.
Corolla.
Calyx.
Calyx.
Corolla.
Corolla.
Calyx.
Calyx.
Clear? The members of gynoecium are called as carpel. Carpel.
Carpel.
Members of gynoecium are called as what? Carpel. Clear? Members of androecium are called as stamen.
Stamen.
Members of androecium are called as stamen.
Stamen.
Members of corolla are called petals.
Petals.
Members of calyx are called sepals.
Sepals.
Make sense?
Yes.
Now before we go to essential whorls, let's look at the functions of the accessory whorls, right? The first accessory whorl is corolla, which are essentially petals, which are colorful. Anybody can tell me what is their main function? Yes, Krishna.
Protect the essential whorls.
The petals which are colorful, what is their main function? Yes, Kavancha. To attract bees, right? They are colorful so that they attract insects. And what is the job that the insects are doing? Yes, student? Pollination. Pollination. We'll come to what pollination is, but basically insects are required for pollination, and the corolla, that is the petals, are doing the basic job of attracting insects. Is this clear?
Yes.
Calyx, that is the sepals. So here you see the calyx over here. Yeah? The bottom green one is the calyx. When this flower is a bud, all this is inside the calyx. Right? Have you seen a bud?
Yes.
So basically when the flower is in the bud condition, the calyx is doing the job of protecting the flower. Make sense?
Yes.
So that is the main job of calyx. When the flower is in the bud condition, it is protecting the flower. Clear?
Yes.
So functions of accessory whorls are clear? Clear?
Yes.
Now we go to essential whorls. First let's go to androecium. Its members are called as stamen, and those members are anther and filament. Right? So filament these small things that have come over here, okay, you will see later on, are the filaments over here, right? And on top of it you see a anther. You see a yellow color thing on top of each one. That is an anther, right? So anther is the one that is going to give out pollen grains, right? Anther is the one that is going to give out pollen, and filament is just supporting the anther. Is that clear?
Yes.
So androecium is the male part of the flower. Filament, anther will give out pollen. Is that clear?
Yes.
Now we go to gynoecium. Its members are called as carpel, and there are three. There is ovary, which is the bottom part. If you open this, you will see ovary inside, which we will do later. Right? This is the ovary. This long stick is the style, and the top part of this stick is my stigma. Clear?
Yes.
So this is the female part of the flower. The male part of the flower is going to play a role in generating male gametes. Female part of the flower is going to play a role in producing female gametes. Make sense?
Yes.
Now, the male gametes have to come in contact with female gametes, and that's occurring by a process called as pollination. So for pollination, the pollen from anther has to be somehow transferred to stigma, right? And it can happen in two ways, through biotic agents and abiotic agents. Biotic agents are living things, living organisms. For example, bees, insects, birds, and some kind of animals, right? They can help transfer pollen from anther to stigma. And abiotic agents, which are non-living organisms, like wind and so abiotic agents, biotic agents. Is that clear?
Yes.
Now we look at what happens when pollination happens. Clear?
Yes.
Let's look at how pollination occurs, right? This is a specific picture of only the ovary style stigma. Clear? And here, this is my ovary zoomed in. Inside the ovary, I see ovules. These things over here are my ovules. Can you see that?
Yes.
Inside each ovule, there is an embryo sac that forms. This inside an ovule, there is an embryo sac that forms. And the embryo sac has two things. It has one egg cell and two polar nuclei. I'm repeating. Inside an ovule, inside the ovary, there are ovules. Inside the ovule, there is an embryo sac that forms. Inside the embryo sac, two things. One egg cell, two polar nuclei. Make sense?
Yes.
Now, this pollen grain has come and is sitting on the stigma. The stigma is sticky. Right? The stigma is sticky. This pollen grain, can you see the pollen grain?
Yes.
Coming and sitting on the stigma. Once it comes over here, it germinates. Once it germinates, it forms a long pollen tube. जो pollen tube अंदर की तरफ grow हो जाएगा. एक तो pollen tube form करता है और दो male gametes form करेगा. Right? Repeating again. Once the pollen grain germinates over here, it forms a pollen tube and two male gametes. Can you see these two male gametes traveling through the pollen tube? The pollen tube will come near the embryo sac and it will burst. Why will it burst? Why does it have to burst? Yeah, for the male gametes to come out, right? Where do the male gametes get released? In the embryo sac. Embryo sac is in the ovule, right?
Yes.
Sac मतलब थैली.
Yes.
तो ओव्यूल के अंदर एम्ब्रियो sac है. मेल गैमेट्स आके उधर रिलीज हो गए. ठीक है? और एम्ब्रियो sac के अंदर क्या दो चीज था? One egg cell and two polar nuclei. One male gamete will combine with egg cell to form the zygote. Second male gamete will combine with two polar nuclei to form the endosperm. तो सीड में दो चीजें रहती है. ये जाइगोट का बाद में एम्ब्रियो में ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन होगा. एंड दिस एंडोस्पर्म इज सम पार्ट इन द सीड दैट provides nourishment for the embryo. It provides food for the embryo. Right? This endosperm is in the seed and it will provide food for the embryo. Is that clear?
Yes.
After fertilization, the ovule that is fertilized, that will transform into seed. ये ovule का seed बन जाएगा. बराबर है?
Yes.
और what do you think ovule का क्या बनता है? या fruit. Clear? The outer ovary will transform into fruit and the inner ovule will become into seed. Make sense?
Yes.
Then when the fruit falls on the ground, breaks down, seed comes in contact with the soil, germinates, then a new plant will come. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Any questions with the sexual reproduction in plants. मेरे को ये part नहीं समझा है. Yes.
भैया वो पोलन ग्रेन के बाद जो पोलन को मेल गामेट्स कैसा है?
The male gametes are formed from the pollen grain, and they travel inside through the pollen tube. Once the pollen grain is germinated over here, it forms the pollen tube as well as male gametes. Clear?
Yes.
Any other questions? Yes, Kali.
I didn't understand which part becomes seed and which part.
Great. ये जो एम्ब्रियो सैक है उसके अंदर फर्टिलाइजेशन हुआ है ना,
Yes.
तो वो उसका सीड बन जाएगा. And this outer thing, this outer entire thing, which is the ovary. The ovary had many ovules, right? The ovule became seed. Ovary became the fruit. Clear?